Hello, Mr. Choose here with Brack Geometry. Let's talk about the triangle sum theorem. So if this is a helpful video, give it a thumbs up, like it, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, you can try to find me and follow me, and I would appreciate it. So the triangle sum theorem says that the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Now you notice it says interior angles. The exterior angles are a whole nother issue that we'll do in another video. So in example 1, it says find x. So if the sum of the interior angles is 180, what does sum mean? Sum means I'm going to add them up. So I just take all three of these angles and add them up. So 55 plus 80 plus x equals 180. Now here's where algebra and geometry come together. We have to be able to solve this simple algebraic equation. So 55 and 80 are like terms. I can add them up. And I get 135 plus x equals 180. Your next step is to solve this one-step equation by using inverse operations. And what does inverse operation mean? It means I'm going to do the opposite or inverse of adding 135. And the opposite of that is subtracting 135. That is called the subtraction property of equality, and you need to be able to list all of those things in a geometry class. Well, 135 minus 135 is 0, and 0 plus x is x, and 180 minus 35 is 45. So what does that mean? That means this is 45 degrees here. Now, if that's true and we did it right, how can we check it? So to check this, you're going to take these three, add them up, and see if it truly is 180. So I take my 80 plus my 55 plus my 45 and add them up. 5 plus 5 is 10, carry the 1. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14, and 14 plus 4 is 8. And there's my 180, which means that is correct. All right. Now in example 2, a little bit harder example. So in example 2, it has the triangle drawn here, and the angles are x, 2x, and 3x. So I still use the triangle sum theorem where I add them all up. So I have x, now I'm writing my equation, plus 2x, this is angle A, plus the measure of angle B, plus the measure of angle C, and that will equal 180. They will always equal 180 if they're interior angles in a triangle. All right, now x plus 2x plus 3x are like terms. X plus 2x is 3x, 3x plus 3x is 6x, and that equals 180. Now, just like we solved this by using inverse operations, we're going to use inverse operations here. So the opposite of multiplying by 6 is dividing by 6, and you can write that as a fraction. But if I divide the left by 6, I have to divide the right by 6. That's called the division property of equality. 6 over 6 is 1 times x is x. 180 divided by 6 is 30. So what does that mean? That means that this angle right here is 30 degrees. That one's not 30. So I could say the measure of angle A, which we said was x, was 30 degrees. So the measure now, the little m in front of that little angle symbol means measure. The measure of angle B will equal 2 times x, which is 2 times 30, which is 60 degrees. So I could go up here and I could write a 60 in here. And the measure of angle C is 3 times x, which is 3 times 30, which is 90 degrees. So this is a right angle here. We could actually do that to show it's a right angle. All right, so that is the way you use the interior angle theorem. Now, could I check this? I sure could. Remember how we checked it? We take the 3 angles and add them up. 3 plus 6 is 9, plus 9 is 18. It worked. That means each of them is right. Okay? Now, if this is a helpful video, give it a thumbs up, like it. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can see more of my bracket geometry videos. Alright, so now we're going to put the challenge problems up here. I just cleaned the board. It wasn't erasing very well earlier. Now I'm using a different eraser and it's doing a little better, so maybe it was the eraser, not the markers. Alright, we're still using the interior angle theorem of 180 for the sum. See how that's smearing? I just cleaned it before this video, and obviously there are some issues. Maybe it was still a little wet, I don't know. So we're going to do 2 challenge problems. The challenge problems will allow you to try these. So what are we going to do? You're going to pause the video and work them. And then once you're happy with your solution, then I want you to start the video again, and there'll be a link on the end of it for the solution video. All right, one of these will be kind of hard for me to draw. So here's challenge 1. Challenge 1 is what's called an isosceles triangle. So use the triangle sum theorem, which says the sum of all interior angles is 180. And I want you to find x, find the measure of angle D, and find the measure of angle E. All right, this is the one that's a little harder to draw. All right, it's saying that this angle is measure x, this angle is measure 3x, and this measure of angle is 5x. And then we're going to call this angle A, B, and C. So what do we want you to do? We want you to find x, the measure of angle A, the measure of angle B, and the measure of angle C. All right, those are your challenge problems. Remember, I'm Mr. Chu. This is bracket geometry. We've been talking about the triangle sum theorem, and I want to help you learn triangles. So continue to watch my videos, and we'll see you next time. And incidentally, that link will be right up here for the other video if you're watching this on a computer. If not, it could be underneath if you're watching it on your phone or a device. Down here will be other geometry videos. And up here in the corner will be a link to my playlist for my SAT review problems with all of them listed in it. So we'll see you next time.